when you talk about social media presence, do you mean like, making sure that they're not posting something that's um, harmful to their, professional careers and things like that?
Exactly. So if you think about us as the youth, right? One of the things that we want to have is our brand, right? And we talk about brands. You guys talk about brands as well, right? Nike, Apple, Adidas, those guys. When you think about them, there's a certain reputation that they have that automatically comes to your mind. And we look at it at a lens of we are brands as well. We are professional brands, right? When you think about Steve Jobs, he has a brand. When you think about Steve Jobs, you think about his professionalism, his accomplishments. So when we think about your social media presence in a branding perspective, we are talking about your LinkedIn, right? Usually on your resume, you put your social media. If you don't put your social media, companies usually look you up online. Now, do you want them to see your Facebook, or do you want to direct them to a point where you can showcase your true colors, who you are, your journey, and what you have accomplished? So we help them understand that when you put your footprint online, you want to make sure that it's your best foot in front, basically. So that's what we talk about majority of the time, yeah.
This takes me back again to our school days. I remember before college applications and things like that, a bunch of people used to change their name on social media and just put some random gibberish which sort of resembled their name. So just to avoid this, that if a college or a university, if someone was looking them up on Facebook, more specifically, they couldn't find them. And it's so relevant, even more so today, because you have so many more social media channels and there's so much more of us that is actually going on social media.
Exactly.
Fireballfunky@gmail.com.
Yeah, can't touch this, and you send this over to Apple. It represents who you are, right? And the problem with us as youth, especially when we are not presented with this type of level of professionalism, it's hard for us to understand from the lens of the employer what they are thinking, right? So we try to put the youth in the position of the employer. So when you apply to any type of position, right? If they are applying to the Thought Bistro, for example, they need to put their mind in your mind, basically. What is Bishru looking for? And what type of qualities is he asking? Because majority of the time when we apply for specific roles, we are thinking it from the lens of us. Well, I think the company needs to give me this and give me this, give me that. But if we understand that it's a give and take, and most companies are looking to fill a gap in their company, and the question is, how can you as a candidate fill that gap? And how can you as a whole, right, as a brand, fulfill and present yourself in the best light? So I'll give you this. In Namibia, unemployment is roughly 50% and much higher when it comes to the youth. So you find that for one single job posting, you can end up having 20,000 people applying for that role. Now, if you are going to stand out from that 20,000, right, you want to be in a position where you're presenting yourself in the best light. So paying attention to the smallest of details, and that includes your social media presence, right? You holding alcohol, you inappropriately dressed in social media can be a reason for them to take you off. Because when you are reviewing 20,000 people, you are finding reasons to knock people off. And the smallest of things can get you knocked off. And it's the same thing when you're applying to major corporations such as Apple, Google, right? They are looking for reasons to knock people off because there's just a wide range of people. So paying attention to those small details are going to be key. And really, it's not just job opportunities, but scholarships as well, right? You are applying to it the best of the best. When you go apply to Harvard, everybody is good at mathematics. Everybody is good in science. The question is, what makes you stand apart from the rest? And we help our youth understand that, okay, you have to find those small details in you and what the gap that you can feel for that specific role or that specific company, basically.